guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about eyebrows. I'm going to be showing you how I fill in my eyebrows and more or less how I take care of them. I've been asked to do this video before, especially in real life. A lot of my friends have asked, so it's finally here. And I pretty much don't do anything too special to my eyebrows. I do get them threaded about every 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes I'm lazy and I let it go to 3 weeks, but I try to go at least every 2 weeks just to keep the shape. And in between I will go ahead and, you know, tweeze a couple of little stray hairs. But for the most part I try to keep my eyebrows as natural as possible because, you know, I've had some very crazy eyebrow stages in my life. And I feel that at this age my eyebrows look best as natural as possible. So I'm just going to show you how I fill them in. First thing that I do is that I take a spoolie and I just brush my eyebrows out. And these are my eyebrows, you know, without any product. And for the most part I can get away with just wearing like a tinted brow gel if I'm not wearing any makeup, you know, really. I'll just use a tinted brow gel sometimes and I'm good to go. But I do like to fill them in. So what I use, I fill them in with this Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. This is in the color Caramel. And I'll always start with this spoolie because it's just a force of habit. But then I will take the pencil, and the first thing that I do is I elongate the shape of my brow. And I do this because if you take, I mean, kind of like a rule of thumb of how to fill in your eyebrows is your eyebrow, if you take a pencil and you were to create an imaginary line to the inner corner of your eyebrow, this is where your eyebrow should start, in the middle of your pupil, going through your pupil at an angle. That's where your arch should be. And if you go diagonal like this, this is where your eyebrow should end. So my eyebrows end just a little short of that. And I just elongate them like that. And I find that with a pencil, it's just the easiest way for me to do that. Then I will go underneath my brow, right underneath my arch, and I will kind of outline my brow. And I will go all the way to the edge of my brow. Like that. And I like to be, the ends of my eyebrows or the tail of my eyebrow to be pretty defined. So I will use a little bit more pressure there. Next I'll go on the top of my brow, and right here I'll kind of just define the shape of the brow already. And I like to go right here and fill this little corner in because for some reason I don't grow hair there. So see that? Go like that, and then I'll bring it in with the pencil about, I want to say halfway in, like that. Next I'll take the Anastasia brow powder, and this is in Brunette dark brown. And I'll use this lighter side, so I guess this is the brunette side. And I just take any angled brush that I have at hand and take a little bit of that. And then I'll fill in this part right here. I'll just sweep up like that. And then I'll just fill in the rest of the brow with the powder. Like so. And then I'll just always go back to my spoolie and just feather out the front of my eyebrow for the beginning. I think the key with using a pencil like this is applying a little bit more pressure on the ends of your eyebrow so that you get a precise, clean line. And then when you get to the inner corners of your brows, you know, use a little bit of a lighter hand and short strokes just to make it look like real hair. I mean, I know that I have hair there, but if you don't have hair there, that's the way that I find looks more natural. After I filled in my eyebrows, I will use a highlighting pencil. This one's by Benefit, and this is a brow lifting pencil. And it is just a pencil that has kind of like a pinky undertone to it. And it just is so creamy and it blends out really easily, so I love to use it underneath the eyebrow. And I prefer using a pencil like this rather than a concealer, just because I don't know, I've never been a real big fan of that look. And I'll just use like a brush like this. This is a Sigma P86. It's a tapered synthetic brush, and I use this brush for many different ways, but it's really good at blending out this pencil underneath the brow. And this pencil, I find like it cleans up the brow a little bit and it just gives it a nice highlight. You see that? So that's my brow. The last thing that I'll use, and I don't know if I really like how my eyebrows look with a brow gel, but especially when my brows are a little bit more full, I definitely need to use a brow gel. And I'll just use it very sparingly, and I just use it right here. This is one by Anastasia again, but you can just use whatever you have. You can use clear mascara. This is my favorite though. And I will go again and brush them out. And that's my brows. You can see the difference. This is the brow that's nice and clean, and this is the one that needs help. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this one in, and I'll be right back. Again, I try to make them look as soft as possible. It's my favorite way to wear my brows. But my brow shape is usually always different. Every time I do my eyebrows, they look different to me. But, you know, that's the part of having fun with makeup. For the most part, though, I do like a strong brow. So this is how I do my eyebrows. They look pretty sharp today, actually. So the last bit of eyebrow advice that I can give you is really just to follow the natural shape of your eyebrow. I feel like that's usually what suits most people the best. And if you have trouble finding your shape, I do think that that little trick with aligning the inner corner with the beginning of your brow, the middle of your pupil with your arch on an angle, and the outer corner of your eye, follow, like if you're making an invisible, like if there's an invisible line there, I feel like that's usually what works best on how to find your shape. And it's a trick that I've used on a lot of different people, especially ones that have practically no eyebrows. I feel like that usually is the best way to find what kind of shape would suit you guys. If you feel like your eyebrows are just out of control and you don't even know where to start, my suggestion would be to stop plucking. Let them grow out for about 2 weeks and then go get them professionally threaded or waxed. Waxing is not something that I really like. I've tried it before and I just don't think it was for me. Like, I would get really irritated from it, and the shape of my eyebrows wasn't always as precise as it can be with threading. Threading with me works better. It does, you know, hurt a little bit, but it goes away literally like in 10 minutes, and my eyebrows look really, really nice and sharp for about 2 weeks. In between, I will pluck, but I mean, I don't pluck anywhere up here or anything. I just pluck little stray hairs that grow right here. I don't touch the top. I do pluck in the middle sometimes, but for the most part right here, because I just don't want to mess up the natural shape of my eyebrows. So like I said, if they're just too skinny, let them grow out, go get them threaded, or you know, professionally waxed, or somewhere that they can give you a nice clean shape. And from there you can keep up with your eyebrows, you know, every 2 weeks or so, and you just have to pluck, you know, in between sessions. Around where I live, threading is only about $5, which is super cheap. So, you know, it's just really easy for me to maintain my brows. And if you don't grow eyebrows at all, which can happen, I've definitely I've done makeup on girls that just don't grow eyebrows. My suggestion would be using something like the Anastasia Dip Brow. This is awesome because it's sweat proof, and it is also, it really sticks to your skin, like it really adheres to the skin, so it's really easy for you to create a nice shape of your brow. You can use the same technique, you know, just follow that technique and you can definitely get a precise brow using that. I mean, this dip brow. I also use this on occasion, but it's really, sometimes I feel like it's too much for my eyebrows. Like I would never think that I could use that every day, just because it's a little bit more high maintenance for me. I definitely think that the pencil and the brow powder works a little bit easier and it's faster for me to do. But I do use it on some of my clients that have, like I said, less eyebrows, and I have to actually put the dip brow onto their skin because this sweat proof, water resistant, this does not budge once it's on. So it's a fantastic product, and I do like that, even though I don't use it all the time on me. But I feel like that's everything that I have to say, and if I forget something, I am so sorry. I'll put it in the description box. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. It definitely helps me out a lot. And if you like me or my video or my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you join us. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and I'll catch you later. Bye! Back to my channel. Today's video is going to be 2 unboxings. I'm going to be unboxing my Ipsy bag, and I also got this box in the mail from Influencer.